Wilbur is an end-to-end claims management platform. Evidence, intelligence, and automation are built in. Governance is designed in from the start, not added afterwards. Here is why that matters now. Regulators and capacity providers have stopped accepting promises, and the question they ask has changed. It is no longer, what did you do on the file? It is, what happened to the customer, and can you show how you got there? Activity logs answer the first question. They do not answer the second. The FCA is scrutinising claims handling. CPS 230 is live in Australia. AM Best is placing greater weight on governance globally. And that pressure does not stop at the carrier. It travels down the chain. A capacity provider cannot delegate responsibility to an MGA. An MGA cannot delegate responsibility to a TPA, which means every principal you handle claims for is being asked to demonstrate control over work they do not perform themselves. They can only demonstrate it if you can. That is the position a TPA occupies. You exercise authority you do not own on behalf of principals who remain accountable for how you use it. Your file is your product. Your evidence is their defense. And you do this across multiple books at once. Every appointment brings its own authority matrix, its own thresholds, escalation rules, and service levels. A handler can move between schemes in a single day and be expected to apply a different standard to each one. Get that wrong, and it is not simply a service issue. It can become a breach of delegated authority. At the same time, experienced claims expertise is leaving the industry. The judgment calls built over decades often live in notebooks, spreadsheets, and oral history. You need junior handlers operating to a senior standard across multiple schemes. You need to maintain quality while controlling cost per claim. And when each principal asks you to prove how their claims were handled, you need the evidence ready. That's the gap. Wilbur brings claims intelligence and automation inside a governed architecture. First, it codifies expertise. Senior decision logic becomes the documented pathway each claim follows. Each scheme carries its own delegated authorities, thresholds, and escalation rules. Defined once, applied consistently. Expertise stays inside the business. Second, Wilbur automates the administrative work while keeping judgment human. It reads the evidence, analyzes the file, and prepares the recommendation. Your handler reviews the reasoning, applies judgment, and makes the decision. Administrative work is part of your cost base. Judgment is what your principals are paying for. Third, Wilbur creates a complete line of sight, and it is a line of sight you can hand over. Every approval, payment, and communication is recorded. Your principal can see how their delegated authority has been exercised across their book without waiting for an audit cycle. They can see the decision, the evidence behind it, and the pathway that led there. The evidence is available when regulators require it. The chain is complete, and you are the reason it holds. The power of Wilbur is that it addresses three problems at once: governance, documented decisions, scheme-specific authority applied consistently, and an audit-ready record for every principal. Operational performance. Automation removes administration, so people can focus on judgment. Cost per claim is managed by removing unnecessary work, not by removing care. And appointment retention. At review, you do not just present service levels. You present evidence that delegated authority was exercised consistently, responsibly, and within agreed limits across every book you handle. You give your principal confidence to renew, and you give them what they need to demonstrate control to their capacity provider and regulator. That is the difference between being a supplier and being the safest pair of hands in the market. Most claim systems address one part of the problem. Wilbur addresses all three, because it is built from the governance requirements backwards. That's why Wilbur.